am Coleen. Welcome to my channel. We are at the halfway mark. It is June, block of the month, and this month's shattered star for me is India. Don't forget to visit Melissa at Practically Creative and You and Me FPP, Sylvia. It's the hat trick quilters. This one is FPP. I made the templates, I cut all my templates out, and somewhere I went very wrong. I don't know if it was my angles or what it was, but I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna do it FPP. Supplying both for you guys, the FPP and the templates, so either or any combination thereof, go for it. You do you. Whatever makes your heart happy. After I have printed all my FPP, I am cutting them out using that dotted line outside of the solid line on my papers. That is the 1/4 inch line. You need that for your seam allowance. Try not to cut it off. And now I am resetting. Not all these fabrics that I had cut out, because I cut them up when I was trying to do it with the templates and failed miserably, are going to work on these. Some of them will. I'm going to piece together the other ones that don't with like fabrics. So nothing's going to waste. I'm not, putting anything in the trash. And I have done that. I have done that. Don't tell anybody, especially Quilt, please. Gotten so upset with something that I'm like, okay, I am over this now. Come on, tell me you've never done that. But I'm just resituating things over here to get my board ready to go over to the sewing machine. I am using glue to put my first piece on, pretty side of the fabric away from the back of the paper. And then I'm pinning my second piece. Once I make sure it's going to fit, I'm pinning that second piece to it. So when I get over to my sewing machine, because I don't put these together at my sewing machine, I do it in front of my rocking recliner. Yes, I am all kinds of rebel. But when I get over to my sewing machine, these are going to be ready for me this far. It's a little bit less time I have to sit in that chair, and it helps my back. I remember now why I had to reset. I've been trying to make FPP. I haven't been doing well. I've been doing okay though. I made this one with a bunch of Y seams and decided that was a very bad idea. Although I know how to do Y seams, which is why I thought, oh, I got this. I did not got this. I didn't. That is what happened to me on this block. Don't worry, I don't think you get to see that. I have these set up. First piece. First piece. Ouch! That took like 2 seconds. I'm starting at the intersection, dropping my needle right where those points meet, back stitching, and sewing off again. I think my record is 6 times during one video I've had to use the seam ripper, so let's hope that doesn't happen again. I'm going to use my ruler to trim off that 1/4 inch around my papers. And I'll grab the add a 1/4 ruler to take care of the seam allowance to make sure it's not too much. That way the next ones we line up will line up correctly. This is not a step I want to skip again. It didn't work out last time. And then I will do this 3 more times. Well, 2 more times because I already did one. You just didn't get to see it because I had fun with the seam ripper. My first piece is glued on. Right side of that. And the second piece are going to go together. Line them up. And then start at the intersection again. And just follow the line. Start at the intersection and follow the line. Easy, right? I have said that before, right? And thanks to the magic of the fast forward button, first 2 pieces on all 4 of those done. We're going to move on to the 3rd piece on those. And since that line goes straight across from one side of the paper to the other, it's going to be very easy to just chain piece these 4 pieces, which makes it really fast. We'll give these a quick press with the iron to get them nice and flat. Chip away the excess. with a rotary cutter. I have my 1/4 inch line on the solid line on the template as I'm cutting away the extra. Now I'm going to put them in the position they belong in on a design board so I can start seeing the picture come together. I'm putting the right sides up instead of the paper side up. Now this is one solid white piece with 2 blue pieces on the side. So I just pin the blue pieces because it doesn't matter which one I do second and third. And I'm going to chain piece those. I lost one, and I'm telling you, it was like a month later. I found it behind behind my sewing table. I thought, I must be losing it. I could have sworn I had 4 in my hand. And I, air quotes, looked everywhere. So we're just sewing on that line. I'm making sure that my edges are even. Gonna open those up, give them a quick press. We'll trim if needed and then go to the next section. This is a quick block, especially if you use the templates correctly. We're not talking about it no more. Again, I'm using the 1/4 inch mark on my ruler and that solid line on the outside to trim off any extra hangover right there. And back to the design board to put these in approximately the right place. This design board is 10 inches. These blocks are 12.5 inches, unfinished, and I lost 2. I found 1 though of my centers. And I have the first piece on here, pretty side facing away from the paper. And I need to add 1 of these orange pieces. Move to my, add an 1/8 ruler. I can't remember why I did that. I think it was because it was going to work better with the scraps I was using. The scraps were smaller, so smaller seam allowance gives me a little bit of wiggle room. And if that made sense, you are my people. You'll notice that what I'm using has doubles when I shouldn't have doubles there, so I'm using one piece of fabric instead of 2 of the same color in that case. Like if 1 and 2 are both the same color, that should have been a 1. That has been corrected in the FPP and templates. So right sides together, and I'm going to call this saffron because that's the color in the India flag. It's saffron, it had white, and the one I saw had shades of saffron and shades of green, and then a blue wheel in the center, which I thought was really cool. So right sides together, I'm starting at the intersection, back stitching, and then going forward and pressing it back to make sure that it fit because these are very scrawny pieces. I will do that for all 4 because that's how we roll. No, I'm not going to start singing "This is how we roll," although it's going through my mind. And instead of me showing you pressing these, I'm going to show you some fun facts about the flag. Yeah, I do my research. I'm that girl. The top band of the flag is saffron, which represents the country's strength, courage, and sacrifice. White, the middle band, is white, which represents peace, truth, and I don't know what that means. I'll have to look it up. Dharma? I apologize if I said that wrong. Green, the bottom band is green, which represents the land's fertility, growth, and auspiciousness. That's a hard word to say. And in the center is the Chakra. I am so sorry. I didn't say that right. The navy blue wheel in the center of the flag is the I'm trying. Y'all, I'm a redneck hick. I am trying. Chakra, which represents the country's progress and the importance of justice. The 24 spokes of the wheel can symbolize the 24 hours of a day or the 24 elements of the human body. See that? You learned something else. Yay. Go us. I didn't have enough small pieces of this green fabric, so I just got a regular, what was left of my green fabric, and laid it right on there, right sides together, lining up that edge. Started at the top of the line and sewn through off my paper, and didn't even know I was playing bobbin chicken. So let's fix that. There aren't a lot of places I can't manage to chain sew the FPP. If I can chain sew, yeah, I'm gonna. It's easier, it's faster. Now I'll get the design board and make sure I have them lay out as they go together. Took me a second, but now I'm stacking them so I can chain sew. I took the papers off the back because I really didn't want to pick them all out. That was my solution. Now if you leave the papers on, you'll have a perfect 1/4-inch seam, and you'll hear angels singing, and you know the lights will come on around you. I'm joking, that's not gonna happen. I was playing it dangerously. Yeah, we do that. And so I looked at my picture to see what I need to put together first. This is a repeat pattern, so it's 4 of these sections that I've just highlighted. Then you'll add the white piece to the side, and I'll show that to you in a thumbnail somewhere on here. These are nest right there. So this one's going back. I'm going to put this one forward. Again, this one else is stand. Okay. Now, okay. And this. So I'll be making a new piece for that one center that I don't find for a month, maybe 2. And then this is how they'll go together. This side, you see both sides, right sides together, I mean. And we're going to flip this one over this one and nest that seam. These are not, that's so thick right there, I can't feel it. If you have your papers on, you're smarter than me. Okay. I want those. Okay. It's there, I just could not feel it. I get those nested, and I'm going to put a pin in it before I lose them. And the side I put the pin in is the side that I'm going to sew. These just line up your raw edges like any other piecing. Hold on, you press 0. These ones too, if you turn them. I don't know that it's different. I get those both pinned down my foot. I pressed this one that way, so this one I'm going to press this way on the other direction. So this one is going that way. But when we turn it, this one goes up, this one goes down. We're going to nest those first. Right sides together. Nest that first. And then I'm going to work my way out. Make these nest. 8 pins. Then I'm going to get these to nest, which means I need to turn one. And I'm going to turn the one on the back this time. So there's our nesting. So up here, again, I'm going to turn this one. Repress that with my fingers. So this is going this way, this is going that way. Line that up. Repeat. Actually, the seam is going to want to push the second I take the pin out. Put my pin down, my needle down, hold my thread, and pull that pin out. Slide up. Let's try to slip. It might not be right. Oops. For some reason, one on the bottom is just a little bit bigger. See this? It's okay. I'm gonna hold them together. I probably pulled on it. You're not supposed to. All kinds of bias. Oops. That is glue. Driving me nuts. Let's see, it's going this way really well, so that's why I'm pressing it. Pressing out from the center down. Well, that did pretty good. Missed a couple corners. FPP will give you perfect corners. I should have left it on, huh? And that does it for India's Shattered Star. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you're going to try it. Here's a peek at me just adding the, is it called borders or sashing? I'll get this eventually. I'm going to say borders to it, which I either have a video up for or I will have a video up for. I know it's what, June? Get it together, woman. By the way, did you see what that hump jumper thingy did? It just flew right out the back. That's what I get for trying to use it. Don't forget to visit our friends Sylvia at You and Me FPP and Melissa at Practically Creative and grab this pattern. It's free until the next video for the block of the month comes out in July. Take care, have a great week, a great weekend, and be the light you hope to see in others.